thought I'd get around to doing books part 2 down in the archives again. Sorting out. I've got some more recent books that I've got hold of and some from blasts from the past. This one I found here. It's called Michael and the Moonshiners, and I got this book as a prize in Sunday school, 1972. That's Chris Wood wrote that one, hardback edition, the Victory Press books. Can't remember a thing about it. Might actually look through that again. Tell you what though, I found this. This is a book called The Ghost of Grey Minster, and it is by Hilton Cleaver, who wrote some excellent books. My uncle got this as a prize. See, the end's broken off here. It's title bit. It's come off. I'll have to glue it back on. My uncle got this as a prize in Sunday school, and it says here, for regular attendance at the Brompton Wesley Methodist Sunday School, 1941. This is one of the books I mentioned in the last book vlog about my grandmother's old box room and the pile of books that was in there, and this was one of those. I dug it out and I read it, and beginning bit scared the pants off me, really did, because I was only a kid at the time. But it's a pretty cool book to get into. Difficult to get hold of. It's out of print now, but occasionally you get them on eBay. There was somebody offering quite a bit of money to get hold of a copy, but I'm not selling this one because it's a treasure. Vincent felt his fingers stiffen. Then, as he tried to scream and couldn't, there came a rush of air and something seemed to hurtle against the door along the passage and fall back. He just got the direction, but didn't dare to turn his head, and at last, added to all that had gone before, he heard a sound that might have been the scampering of ghostly feet, travelling at terrific speed away from him, and then again, dead silence. Slightly more up to date, not terribly up to date. I think this was published probably in 1967 originally, so, but I didn't buy it then, but when I bought it, when I was in my teens I think. Smith by Leon Garfield. Now Smith is a pickpocket in old London town, and it's about the adventures that he ends up on. Excellent drawings by Anthony Maitland. Leon Garfield died just a few years ago, and he wrote a whole pile of books. He's a kind of a cross between Robert Louis Stevenson and Charles Dickens. Brilliant turn of phrase and excellent adventures. I don't know whether you can make out the drawing. I can't see the screen now, so I can't tell whether you can make that out or not. But that was a bit of Anthony Maitland's sketches that he did for Leon Garfield books, published by Puffin. They are still in print, so you can probably get hold of that. Here's a more recent one, written by Clive Barker, more famous for his horror books, I think. This is one he wrote which is officially a children's book, although it's quite freaky at times. It's called The Thief of Always, and wow, it's hugely imaginative, pretty scary in places, and it hits home with a lot of truths, you know, about human nature. That's worth investing in. Ray Bradbury, Something Wicked This Way Comes. I don't think you could make that out very well, can you? Anyway, it's, there you go, get a bit of light on it. Something Wicked This Way Comes. It's the most poetic piece of prose that I've come across, and it has one of the shortest chapters of any book that I've ever read. I'm trying to find it. I think it was chapter 34. Oh, hang on, here it is. No, chapter 31, and the chapter reads, "Nothing much else happened all the rest of that night." That's the chapter. Great book. It's about a travelling funfair which has a ride which, if you take it forwards, makes you older. If you take it backwards, makes you younger. And these two boys kind of get caught up in things, and it's pretty spooky. It's really, really cool. And finally, this one. I think the battery's going to die on my camera in a minute. So this is a book called The Deadstone Memorial. It's a Doctor Who book. It's a sci-fi series of TV. This one's not been turned into a TV story. This is a scary book. Read this on a cold winter's night. I'm not going to tell you what it's about because I don't think I've got time. But I don't think I could tell you what it's about. It's pretty complex, but easy reading. Well, not terribly easy reading. It's not really a kid's book at all. I wouldn't recommend it to younger readers, although it depends on the kids really. I think Billy could read it, and he's 12, but he might get nightmares. Anyway, yeah, books, great things. Thanks for tuning in. Catch you next time.